26, 2019 Town Council meeting.
Oh, there it is.
Roll call.
Andy Schaefer.
Here.
Andy Key.
Present.
Trey Roby.
Here.
Luke Gear. Tyson Hacking.
Here.
Matt Milgren.
Here.
Rich Garner.
Tyson, would you mind leading us in the invocation, please?
Absolutely. Our dear Father in heaven, we're so very grateful for the opportunity to serve the town of Rangeley. We're grateful for this wonderful town and wonderful freedoms that we enjoy. We ask thee to bless us that we can strive to help those in need and to continually focus and help the town grow. We are grateful for the soldiers that have sacrificed for us that we may enjoy the freedoms that we have. We ask thee to bless them, that they can be safe and protected. We love thee and say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Lisa, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 5, meeting of the minutes. Discussion and action to approve the minutes of the February 12th, 2019 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from February 12th, 2019.
Second.
Motion was made by Andy, second by Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do we want to wait for a second?
She's going to go get the income statements.
Okay.
We can move forward.
We can wait for a second.
That's just for Wi-Fi. It's just video recording for Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I connected me.
I was just able to connect this my business. Well, the county has something too, but we don't always connect to it. So I know you're fine.
So we're going to make a commitment that next meeting will be totally paper friendly, exempt, whatever.
Paper free?
Yep.
Think we can do it, can't we, Lisa?
Yeah, like I said, if you guys want to show up a few minutes early, just to make sure we get you logged in and everything. And, you good?
This updated agenda that you have is easier, I think, than this one. I mean, I guess I've never had that one before. Good.
It's 2 pages, so,
Oh, you double check.
no. Yes, they were all ready to go, just to get two and then,
I've got month in the
Yeah.
general fund, so here's one too. I'm sorry.
Looking at that PDF.
This could be a struggle.
Everybody ready? Item 6, petitions and public input. Do you have anything you'd like to just
Here for
address the
a couple
council?
action items.
What's that? Okay.
Here for a couple actions.
Okay, very good. Changes to the agenda. Item 14E, DOLA Administrative Grant, Engineering Wastewater Treatment Plant. We'll add that to 14E. Public hearings, we have none. Committee and board meetings, we didn't have any either. Reports from
I could
councils.
jump. You guys want an update on agency from Wednesday from that?
Sure, I think that'll go to council reports.
So, pretty quick meeting. And Hayden, Lisa Kane, and the main. It started with an update from the city of Hayden. They kind of talked about their direction. A lot of similar problems we're having here. They have a little more opportunities though than we do here, so they got some stuff going. One of the big issues was the census, preparing for the 2020 census. They said a lot of that, like, people kind of disregard and ignore because it's the census and it's becomes so mundane to people. They don't really pay attention to it, but like they're telling us that it's so important because it's federal fund. Like that's what designates your federal funding. That's what tells you what's available to you, stuff like that. So they told us about these complete count committees, which the goal is to get every single person counted, because obviously the more you get counted, the more correct information you have, the better off you're going to be as a community. And they actually are hiring people for that. So if you know anybody looking for part-time jobs, you can get them in contact with me, something like that. But Western Slope, Koga was there. That's Western Slope, Colorado Oil and Gas. They've said they've got 5 drilling rigs working in the Piceance Basin right now, and he said 3 workovers, which I'm a little leery on because we have 3 just here, or 5 just here in Rangeley. So I don't know if we're not included in that or not, but they said kind of they don't really expect activity to pick up too much or not until gas prices come up. And let's see, I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, we did have our legislative report from those guys, but it was a mess. Trying to hear them with communications. They were trying to do it over Skype and in a big room. It didn't work very well. But there is a bunch going on with that. You guys obviously probably saw they passed the national popular vote, and the governor said he's going to sign it. It's really bad. But that's happening. There's a sex education bill that is pretty gruesome that they're trying to pass through right now. And what was the other big one? Oh, basically they're wanting to pass a bill through to incentivize communities to shut down their power plants, their coal-fired power plants.
Well, they're just going to continue to pursue the setback.
Yeah, they're going to try to continue to get that brought down more and more and more. So they're going to do I hope I don't butcher this, but a Coal Reliant community get together to kind of try to like plan and talk about things you can do in your community to help with that, and help manage it, help deal with
And
it.
it's not just for Coal Reliant, it's for any energy. I mean, and Caitlin and Peter evidently attended it 3 years ago.
Something
or
like
2.
that, yeah.
But Michaela is putting together a team, and she asked both Lisa Cook and I to attend with them, and that they would cover a lot of those expenses. So we'll see.
Yep. So that'll be important for us to have our voice in for sure. Area on Aging is not that exciting. But is there anything big I missed?
No.
There you go. Sorry. Move on.
Thanks.
Yep.
Any other reports from council? Supervisor report. Where's she going to give something, or evidently she's not?
She was out today ill, so she won't be here. I actually wanted to recognize her, but we'll save that for another meeting. She got a recognition, and I want her to be here when we do that. So.
Okay. Miss Cox.
We are still cross-training with Erica and with me, with Lisa, trying to get to a point where we all feel a little bit more comfortable, but it's going to take a while. It's going to be probably a good year or so before we get there. And to the point where we can get Erica cross-trained with Brenda, and then Brenda possibly cross-trained with Erica, so that way we all have kind of backups with each other. So if you have to be out for some odd reason, things just don't happen. We're also still working on our personnel policy, so we're trying to move forward with that too. Just going day to day, trying to learn new things and try to remember all the new things I've learned, and teaching Erica at the same time. So, but other than that, it's going good. Just a slow process. So.
And we did it with attrition, less one person in the office, so that keeps everybody pretty busy.
Yeah. Very good, Lisa.
So, just a few things going on. Obviously, we attended the AGNC meeting. Connie and I picked up Lisa Cook and Meeker, so that's kind of nice to also hear a lot of her experiences and what they're doing, just to, get together once in a while. We're going through safety training right now, and we'll also have to do our CPR training, but both Mercy and Ty are certified instructors, so we can do that all in-house, which will be really great, and that'll probably happen in April. I probably will send you guys out some dates that you guys can start looking at for a retreat. I don't know if you want to look at a Friday or a Saturday morning. You want me just to throw some dates out there, and then you guys can let me know what works, or popular vote will get it.
Sure.
I would say Saturday would probably be the best place to start.
And then we can also talk about from the place or where we're going to have it, but probably need to set a date so I can get with Kim and make sure that she can work on that. We canceled the RDC meeting last week. We just didn't have as many business items as we needed to discuss, so we decided not to have meetings unless we're going to, make some headway. I had a retailer contact us that wants to come to town, possibly a 9,000 square foot building. He's looking at the old heritage site to tear it down and build a store, so I'll fill you in as I know more.
Keep that on.
So that was exciting. Got a business. And Ty Hamblin is going to participate. The police department is going to participate in the Children's Health Fair in April, and so he's asking any volunteers. So any of the office staff that want to go and help out for a few hours, they're going to go do that during work hours, just to kind of put our face out there along with the police department, which I think is a great thing. So that's kind of all I have today. Any questions?
Any questions for Lisa? Thank you. No items under old business. Let's go to item 14A, discussion action to approve the January 2019 financial summary.
I'll make a motion to approve the January 2019 financial summary.
Second. Motion's made by Tyson, second by Trey. Any other discussion?
Lisa, have we seen any increase in sales tax just
Our sales
based
tax
on
has
the
gone up
online stuff?
because of the internet thing. We're starting to get a little bit more. I mean, probably the last 3 months we've been in the 50s, which is better because we were in the 40s. But it's increasing. We've got a lot more on there, but there's small amounts.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, discussion action to approve the special event permit for CNCC Foundation Dinner.
And Janet and I aren't here, but they've never had any issues at the foundation there with any violations, so.
Looks like you guys have a layout and everything that you're going to go forward with.
Anything new, different this year?
Not that I'm aware of. We've got same things going on that we have the other years. Jed's back to do the auctions. We were there last year. That was fun. I know you were there actually. So it should be great.
I make a motion to approve the event permit for February 4th
March 30th.
or 30th, March 30th. I was thinking of the other event.
Motion by Matt, second by Trey. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, discussion and action to approve a contribution to the CNCC Foundation fundraiser. Now you're going to have to get up. If you don't mind just stating your name for the record.
Sure, I'm Sue Samaniego. I'm the director of the foundation. And for this, we're just asking again for the same donation that came from the city last year or the town last year. The donations that are made to this event go directly to student scholarships. So it definitely helps with our retention and recruitment of students, which is what we're here for. So.
I think we
What
were.
was it last year?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Last year we did 500, but we also bought a table, so I mean, we could just do both, or we could increase that donation if you want.
I was just gonna say, like, percentage-wise, how many students do you guys end up covering from the foundation scholarships?
Percentage-wise, I can't say off the top of my head because I don't know how many we have. But we just in 2018, over 90 students got scholarships from the foundation, and that was over $70,000. Already in 2019, we're over 40,000 that we've given to students. So yeah,
That's a pretty
definitely.
high percentage.
It's amazing. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And so do the scholarships, do they stay here mainly, or do you guys use them for CNCC as a whole?
CNCC as a whole, but our students that are in higher need tend to be in here because we have students that are living on campus here. Craig's campus tends to be more commuter students. The ones that do go to Craig are typically our nursing students because that's one of the more expensive programs that we have. But for the most part, it's here. I can't tell you percentage-wise off the top of my head, but I would definitely say over 70% are Rangeley campus scholarships. Yeah.
Great. So
That kind of data is something I'm desperately going to work on over the next year. I've only been here a year. I'm working. But I think that's
great.
really important.
You're doing great.
I also want to be able to provide information about the students that we scholarship and how they do in terms of completion, that sort of thing as well. I've only been here a year, so that data, it's been tough. So.
on a sidebar, the work you've been doing with the alumni stuff's been fantastic. Seeing that online and starting to see some buildup of that is awesome.
I'm really hoping, because I really want to build all of our fundraising outward as well to alumni. But, the first thing you have to do is recognize that they're important and that, they mean something to us. So that's been a big push that I've had this year. I think we rely a lot on this area to help us, and we need to spread that out.
Is one table good, or, because I'll make a motion with the 500
I think for the
table.
council, I
Probably good.
think that would.
Okay. I'll make a motion to do the same thing we did last year. One table, $500. Does that sound right?
I guess my question would be is, like Andy was saying, is who would like to attend that would be on the council, for the council table?
I'm not sure, I think we're attending already, but I'll have to double check.
No, you have
The
tickets
ball.
already. She's just waiting to get the check from you. Yes, it's 6 for a table.
Yep.
Tyson, you interested in going?
I could go.
I think I'll be going. I'm not 100% sure where I'll be, but I'll be going.
The wife said she would like to go. So.
And your wife also?
Sure.
So would that take care of it? Okay.
Second.
Motion was made by Andy to donate $500 plus a $300 table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming, Sue.
Yep. I'll stay.
Item D, discussion and action to approve the application for a AGNC grant for the amount of $5,000 for Main Street improvements with the total project estimated to cost $10,000.
Am I the only one that has a copy of it?
Pardon?
Am I the only one that has a copy of it?
No, it's in the, well, it should be in the one that's on the computer as well, but, so we went into a partnership with the Park and Rec District to redo the Escalante site there at the top of the hill, because that is about to fall over, and part of that is to also purchase a park bench and redo the trash cans. And then the other part, just to finish out, so we get the most money out of that grant, is to also change out the sign that's right at White and Main, so that the park that's down by the Green River Bridge is denoted, so people know there's a park down there. That was one of the things that we talked about for the Main Street project, that we wanted to make sure people knew where to picnic. And Jocelyn contacted CDOT, and they basically said that unless they put the sign up, we aren't going to get to do that, because they want to limit the number of signs that are along Highway 64. So that's the only one that we could really change without getting permission from them.
But because that's within the format of the sign, they're okay with it.
Yeah, as long as we're just change, because actually all we're going to do is replace that panel.
So did you say you're doing something with the big rock that's there? Are you going to rebuild that little monument, I guess,
We're going
whatever
to
it is?
redo, what are they called, a pergola? Is that what they're called? Those
Yeah.
little.
So the pergola's getting rebuilt around it.
Well, so, and the Park and Rec District are gonna provide the labor for it, because we can get reimbursed for that. And so they're gonna go in and completely redo some of those timbers. I believe Tim wrote in his letter exactly what the scope of work was. And then we'll replace the trash receptacles and also get a park bench that doesn't require, a lot of
Yeah,
maintenance.
do one of the metal ones with
Right,
the spray
right,
on it or whatever it is.
Yes.
No, the rock cannot go. The rock is not going.
The rock can
No,
go right.
well, no,
It's a staple of
we
this
can't
community.
mess with that.
Yeah.
You can't say its name though.
I don't even want to say
No.
anything more than that.
Who would touch it?
But that's just part of trying to get our entrances to look nicer, and that has been an eyesore and is in very much disrepair. So we just figured that would be a good place to utilize those funds.
100% agree. I think it's great.
Has there been any more discussion about the wall right there on that side of the road?
We're going to work on that. That's another grant that we talked about, getting the CU students to come. And in order to do that, we need to design. And so they can come in, and I believe the split is 40-60. And that was part of our budgeting items, that they'll come in and do a design for Main Street. And then the following year, depending on what design and the cost involved, we would go for some grants to start working through the Main Street project and beautifying, the entrance from that side, and also, at least on one side, start working on a wider sidewalk. Our sidewalks are in pretty good condition considering how old they are, but we need to widen them because they're not very walkable.
One thing, just looking at this, Lisa, that we probably should do is put a total on the estimate. So
And I believe that she put that, she should have put that in the
I would put it,
application.
right, but I would put it right on that page where you have the estimate, so it's clear. So
So on that,
it's just the page that says
9,900, are you looking at the application?
page 23. Page 23 on the application.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? Just
Yeah,
to put,
no, we
just
can
put
do
it
that
right
for
there so
sure.
it's clear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll make a motion to approve the mini grant, the AGNC mini grant, $5,000 for the Main Street improvement. Let's leave it at that.
I'll second.
Motion is made by Andy, second by Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, discussion and action to approve the application for a DOLA EIAF administrative grant request for engineering design improvements to the wastewater treatment plant and collection system in the amount of $23,100 with the total project estimated to cost $46,200.
Were you there when she was talking about that?
The actual cost? No, I don't think so.
That's part of our budget for the wastewater treatment capital project, but it'll also carry through for the other projects for a few years, which will help us get grants for those years.
I'll make a motion to approve the application for the DOLA EIAF administrative grant request for engineering design improvements to the wastewater treatment plant collection in the amount of $23,100 with the total project estimated to cost $46,200.
Second.
Motion by Andy, second by Tyson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. No informational items?
No, I mean, we did go to the community networking, and the flight team gave us a really good presentation. Sue might be able to, comment on that too, but they want to come to other boards and give their presentation. So if you all are interested, we can invite them to one.
I invited them. I invited them to either, I think they were looking at the second Tuesday.
In March.
Yeah.
Okay.
They put that on their schedule tentatively, but they were going to call you and schedule it.
Okay.
26.
Lisa, has there been any discussion or anybody wanting to go to that energy symposium?
I haven't had anybody.
I went last year. It was very informative. I think, under the current environment that we're in, especially what they're proposing and stuff like that, the people that attend this are in our defense, basically oil and gas and coal.
Well, and if any of the council can't go, I can Zoom over there.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think it's important that somebody, represent us or, go and listen and, because
It's in
it just,
rifle or parachute.
it was in rifle last year, yeah.
You asked Wayne, right?
When is that?
It's in April, but they're
Yeah, I mean, there's a
registering
lot of good
now, so we
information.
have to register now if you're interested.
And with the current environment, there might be some topics discussed that we need to be aware of.
If anybody is interested, let me know, and if not, I will go ahead and register.
I might be interested in that, but
Yeah,
I've got to check with.
I'll shoot you the dates
Doesn't
and
it?
everything. Type it out.
Will you put me on it also?
Mhm.
The email on it?
April 17th and 18th. Wednesday and Thursday, yeah.
I think we ought to see if we can schedule the chamber director to come in, because I think she's got a lot of upcoming dates that might be good for all of us to know. Lots of new dates.
Connie's trying to come to one meeting. I don't remember if she was here last.
She hasn't been in a while.
Oh.
Yeah, I think her intent is to come.
I'll call her and invite her.
I'm not gonna
Or
tell her.
shame her. Shame her into coming.
Matt's going to stay out of that.
I don't know nothing. I'll take the fifth on that one.
Anything else that needs to be brought in front of the council?
No, I'll just make sure to get that information out and also some dates, and I'll check with Kim and see if she has some, so we can make sure to get that planned ahead of time.
Sounds good. We can adjourn at 7:32.